Yeah. Moment of silence. Now scream to your lungs, high pitch. I'm all about the skrilla. Well, I guess that's about it. The root of happiness, absent for duty. I practice absent.
Alright, check it out. This episode 6. Welcome back to the Boys to Gents podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Josh. Today we got my guy DJ, aka D Brax, Kelvin Thompson. We got my guy Gary Calhoun. We got my dude Carnell Hughley. And last but not least, Chef TJ, aka TJ. Okay, so again, I just want to say thank you for everybody that sent a shout out to us or hit us up individually about the last podcast, saying how they see we're coming into our own and how they like the topics. I tell you guys to continue that, and because it's only gonna make us want to grow more and, like I said, do more things. So appreciate y'all. So I'm gonna push it over to my guy Brax to introduce the first topic, which I think is going to be very interesting and biased since we're all males. But so what? We're males.
Yeah. So, all right. So first topic of the day, we're gonna talk about submission. All right. So, I know if you on social media enough, you see this conversation kind of cycle through social media a lot. So, and it comes in various forms from guys and girls, where they talk about women submitting to their man and such as so forth or whatever. So, first of all, y'all all seen some form of that?
Correct.
Or nah?
Yes, sir.
With submission, yeah.
Okay. All right. So first I want to start out by asking y'all. So when y'all hear that topic, what does it mean to submit? Let's start out with you, Josh. What you think?
For me, I can only base it off my preference, what I've seen down south. So when I think of submit, do I think that means to be scared of your husband or man or worship the ground they walk on? No, but I do think submit is letting him know that he's the head of household type things. It's like things like that, giving him that respect of knowing, and it has nothing to do about being the breadwinner, because at the end of the day, a man wants to be a man and he wants to allow a woman to be a woman. So that's what I think of submit, is just letting your man know he's the head of household, and that like that. Not even to go into religion, but yeah.
Okay. Okay. Kelvin, what you think, bro?
Oh, not good brothers. What do I think that submit means? I guess whenever you hear that word, you think of kind of negative. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that is the case or should be the case. But I think it's that. Taking care of, your man, your partner.
Okay.
That's basically it.
Okay. So anybody got anything to add to what submitting is before we go to the next question?
I think submit is like when they trust you. You know what I'm saying? They trust you to lead, pretty much. You know what I mean? I just want to put that out there.
Okay.
Are you mad at that?
Okay. So do y'all think that that's an issue in today's society though? So starting with you, Hughley, do you think that a woman submitting to their man is an issue in today's society?
I think the idea of submission is like an issue, depending on like people's views in society, as it pertains to submission. Like when it comes to each individual relationship, I think based upon everybody's personality, like each person's personality in a relationship is what should dictate like how the relationship goes. Like if you're not like a naturally like docile person like that, then why put yourself in a position where you basically compromising your character? Like I feel like you should know how each other's personalities before you get in a relationship and go based upon that. And I think that's what goes into learning the other person, so y'all can know whether y'all compatible or not. Because obviously, like if you know you are an aggressive person and you want to be like, oh, you want a submissive wife, then why would you get with somebody that's hype? Like that don't make sense. So I think it just goes with personality. But honestly, I don't feel like it's an issue until people make it an issue. It's really not as big as people make it to me.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else want to chime in on that one before I say anything?
I definitely think it's an issue.
Yeah.
I say this is an issue just because, not to talk bad, because we preach women empowerment so much that they think that, I mean, it used to be the man was always the head of the household. Now that's not always black and white. A woman can come and say, "No, I feel I should be," because we preach women empowerment, which is nothing wrong with that. Of course, like I said, women have been on the back burner for way too long. But with that being said, I don't think men should go down just because we're uplifting women. Like, we can uplift each other. But I do think it's just speaking from what I've seen of had people talk to me about. Like I said, dude, that means I won't. It has to be a housewife. You can't have a job to do that. No, but I do think that it is an issue because, like people say, it's just that we've preached women empowerment so much that women feel like submitting is weak, admitting that they're weak when it's the total opposite. But that's me.
Yeah. Okay. So since I ain't chimed in, I'm gonna ask something. So to me, so the first thing when it comes to submission, like, all right, well, if you talk about submission like biblical, I'm not really the person for that because I'm not super like biblical. But I guess submission, in the biblical terms, is a lot more misogynistic than what I'm saying what today's society is. So I always tell people like pick a side. What side do you want to be on? I'm not saying you can't be religious, but if you want to follow religion to a certain, to a certain extent, like that there is a portion of the Bible that tells you how to go about that. But
Right.
if we just being, talking about today's society and all that, I think submission is honestly a two-way street. So I don't think
Definitely.
that, I don't think submission is just a woman submitting to her man. I think a man should also be submitting to his wife in certain ways. So I feel like in a lot of cases, like, and I think a lot of times women want their cake and eat it too, but in this conversation, it's sometimes the opposite way around, and men want their cake and eat it too. So men at times want to like kind of not, have those leading roles until it's, beneficial or whatever. So I think just in a household, especially when you add kids and things like that to the household, that's the only time, in my opinion, like submission is super important. So your kids can understand, like, one, your daughter should understand how a man should be treating his wife, and how and your son should know how to what I'm saying, treat his girl, and your daughter know how to treat her husband. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I said that the right way. But yeah, so just knowing how to treat each other or whatever. So I think men at times just want somebody to kind of be a pushover when that topic get brought up. But I think women at times are so like caught up in trying to be like independent that they, not realizing that at some point you're gonna want some, man in your house. If that's what you into, you're gonna want some, some type of masculine, presence in your house. So if you try your hardest to like, you know, bitch him, then I mean he probably gonna be gone at some point. So that's the only thing that I have for submission, man. I think at times it's just kind of, I think when you go on social media, people just overdo it, honestly, and it depends on what gender they are. Like, I'm not submitting to no man that they ain't doing this and ain't doing that, or a man like, I don't want no woman that always want to be tough. I'm like, all right, bro, you know what I'm saying? If you can't come to a common ground, like, bro, you gonna be miserable regardless. So that's the only thing I have for that one.
Very good points.
No, very good points.
Very good.
Very good. All right. Anybody got anything else on that topic?
Oh, well, I guess I'll chime in just a
Go
tad
ahead.
bit. But, being a young lad, I thought so opposite on submission. Like, I thought, whoa, hey, chill out.
Go ahead.
But, submission to me growing up, it was all about, sex-wise, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I want it now, you're going to give it to me now. That's how I viewed submission at that time. And, I got married very young, you know what I'm saying? Like at 18. And so I went about it all wrong. But being where I am to now, though, I agree a lot with what DJ was saying as far as the man at certain times does have to submit to his wife, and then the wife does have to submit also, because it's like in a relationship, it's all about teamwork. You know what I'm saying? And I'm learning that now, even through co-parenting with my daughter's mother. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know all the stories on that. And so to even have that team and co-parenting now is just it's amazing. And you know what I'm saying? It's all about compromise too, you know. And but I definitely had all the wrong views when it came to submission, you know what I'm saying? And then with it being in today's society, it's a lot of independence, you know what I'm saying? Especially on the female side of things. And with me growing up as a in a single parent home, watching my mom pretty much do everything, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, she was married for a brief moment, and like I wouldn't say that she was the best at being submissive to my stepfather, you know what I'm saying? Because she was so used to, you know, playing that dominant role, you know what I'm saying, and raising her kids and taking care of home, you know what I'm saying? And then when he lacked at that, that's when it was over, you know what I'm saying? And so, but yeah, it's got a lot to do with independence as far as like in this day and age, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, there's no perfect way about it, you know what I'm saying? But you just have to find that within your relationship, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
And that's all I got on that.
Compromise.
Compromise is the biggest thing. I was about to say, I think we all have, well, I can speak for me. I think like you were saying, I definitely think I learned it wrong, because submissive in me was like making sure, like out the husband and the kids, making sure your husband ate first. And so I always went into that, making sure like, hey, I want my plate fixed first. But then as I got like had kids, it was kind of like, no, I'm like good right now. I mean, feed them, like make sure they're good. So I definitely think looking back at it,
but even with that though, so like that conversation that happens a lot, and that also goes into submission, like where people go with the whole submission thing. So the whole getting a plate first and all that, I think like people, like you being able to have that conversation in your wife, you know, agreeing like, yeah, we need to feed the kids first, or maybe we should make sure our plate is first, you know what I'm saying? Because we both, you know, went out and worked all day. His ass ain't gonna starve, but her ass ain't gonna starve. You know what I'm saying? I think that is the conversation. That's where the mind state should be like, hey, what do we want to do? Not like one person thinking like, nah, yo ass, you can wait, my baby hungry, or you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna do, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's a part of the conversation that people like continue to skip. So like in my house, like, yeah, my wife does tend to like make mine, like if she's making food for all of us, she usually is gonna make mine first. But obviously, if my son is hungry, like he's you know he's 2 years old, so he's on a different eating schedule. So I'm not about to be like, don't fix his food. I haven't ate yet. You know what I'm saying? But at a certain point, a kid does have to understand that, like, oh, this is mommy and daddy's house. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is how my house, because they're gonna leave. That kid's gonna leave and they gonna go. My son gonna leave at some point and find a wife. You know what I'm saying? And that's gonna be his priority, not me and my wife. So we have, and then we gonna have to get back to each other. So you're gonna look up and you're gonna do so much damage to your spouse, your wife or your husband, trying to be that parent, you know what I'm saying, and forgetting that, like, damn, now it's just us two in the house. We don't even like each other no more.
And I was about to say, it wasn't like, I never looked at it like that until, shout out Master Sergeant Craig, who retired recently, but he, the one who like put it to me, and was saying that him and his wife had that talk of like, we come first before the kids. And he was like, because at the end of the day, they gonna go out, they gonna leave, they gonna get their own, and then it's just us in the house together. And I was like, damn, when I thought about that, I was like, oh shit, like that is true. Like we like to think that our kids are gonna be our kids regardless, but they gonna live their life. Cause I can just think about me. I was like, I can't wait till I turn 18 and I'm out this thing. Like so.
Exactly. Nah, and I ain't gonna lie, like just to like add to that a little bit, my thing is, regardless of like the submissiveness on either side, I feel like each individual should be somebody that you should want to submit to. I don't feel like the person should try to enforce that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like what Braxton was saying, like, oh, yo, he getting his play first. No, that's my play. I'm the man of the house. Nah, that's whack to me. Like, cause that ain't the way we was raised. It was just kind of like an understood thing. and Pops was worthy of getting his plate first because he worked hard. Like he worked the hardest. You see what I'm saying? So I feel like that was just a thing of where if you worthy of certain submissive things, then that's where it should be. Like mama getting home, she deserved a foot rub first because she the one, you know what I'm saying, been walking on her feet all day because she a nurse or something. You know what I'm saying? Or she a teacher. But so I feel like it should go with who deserves it in your household.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Totally agree. Anybody got anything else on that? All right, let's go and move on. Great topic though. Great topic. Way better than I thought.
That was a good one. Yeah.
So we're gonna second topic is, do men place too much emphasis on getting ass?
Yes.
Indeed.
And
see my boy.
But it was
I'm gonna pass to my guy TJ. TJ, get us started.
Yeah.
He about to get on here capping like a motherfucker. Let's listen to
Big cat.
Yeah, because it's like a rite of passage, growing up. That's, you the man. If you get that ass, saying all that. The older you get, the more you realize, it'd be like soul ties with this shit. And it's funny because I was just talking to bro yesterday. Kind of like, man. Ties.
Hey, I hate
no, for real. Like, man, I swear I had sex with a chick one time. She was going through some stuff. And I was like mentally like, you know how you had them days like, what the fuck going on? Like you just like threw off your energy off. It was like that for like 3 days. I should have
shut the fuck up.
Hey, I'm with you.
Yo, that transfer, transfer of energy, bro. That transfer of energy.
Okay.
But well, y'all boys about to start burning sage out here next.
Yeah.
My energy was off.
No, her energy definitely was off. She was going through. I definitely shouldn't have slept. I definitely shouldn't have slept with her.
No, I feel you.
But no, I was just telling well, this is a side note. I was just telling bro about that. Like, man, I'd rather just have one chick because like I'm 30. I done grew into my manhood. I'm doing good out here. Look, Derek, relax, bro. look. I get because I'm just saying. I get
play. No, I'm just talking shit now.
But no, I definitely get it tossed at me often.
Okay.
Like
Mac Daddy.
This is true. No, I'm not a Mac because I don't slam
macaroni.
But I'd rather just. I mean, this. I know it's different from the topic. But I'd rather just personally just have like one chick I could just kick it with on that level. But
I mean, that's
no. I was say you definitely not wrong for thinking that, bro.
Yeah, so I'm definitely that's more of like what I would like. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody like, nigga, why you ain't just like knocking them down? Like, I mean, I kind of been there, done that at some point in my life. You know what I'm saying? Like I've even had bets. Like when we had the, I don't even know if I should say this.
Don't throw my name in nothing. I don't know what's
in my younger years, I will say I
was just playing. I don't even know what you're talking about though. But.
No, I was about to say when we was like 18. Nah, this ain't had nothing to do with you though. But back when Uncle gave me the crib, we definitely had a bet like who can knock down the most in the summer. That was really a good summer between me and. I ain't gonna say
every man has had that bet in some point.
I ain't gonna say who, but he's married now.
Oh, okay.
It's not Derek.
Oh,
but
who the fuck is you talking about then?
He's not bald headed. Okay, I got
you. Might have been Derek. But look,
no, man.
Calhoun, what you got?
What's up with it? Oh man. Oh man, I'm gonna be a hoe for life.
On this topic, ain't
I'm gonna be a hoe for life. I'm gonna be a hoe for life, man.
Okay.
I mean, no, I'm just bullshitting. But no, I mean, as a young cat, you know what I'm saying? I feel like kind of how TJ was, you know what I'm saying? Like, because it was like once I first got it, bro, I couldn't stop. I just couldn't stop, bro. And it was just like, nigga I just had to have it, you know what I'm saying? And then, yeah, I had some good times. But I don't know, now that I've gotten older, it's like, I've been there, done that. So it's like, I don't know, maybe it is time for a man to, you know what I'm saying? Settle down, just be with one. You know what I'm saying? I ain't done that.
Hey,
I ain't done that.
Question again?
I ain't done that in forever.
Do men place too much emphasis on getting ass?
What are we talking?
Way too much. Way too much, bro. Like, it's just, you gotta have it, bro.
That talk about here, man. I gotta settle down. Yeah, y'all
I'm trying
funny
to be
as
like
hell.
y'all, man. I'm trying to be like
Hey,
y'all.
no, I feel you.
Y'all
I
leave
feel
me
you.
alone.
I'm in between. Some days I want to be a family man. Some days I'm like, the streets
I'm
is
loving
cold.
this.
Yeah.
The streets
Before I
is
get there,
cold.
DJ, I ain't gonna hold you. You gonna go like last because I don't even want that. That feels like I like the ignorance going on. Hey, Kelvin, what you got, bro?
You like the ignorance going around, man. I need to go before Brax or something, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so you already coming?
I'm gonna actually answer the question.
Oh, wow.
Hughley, go. Hughley, these, hey.
Okay, I can't pass now. Oh, yeah, I feel like men really they do. We put a big thing like put getting ass on a pedestal for sure. As a young kid, me speaking personally, like it was weird because obviously I had desires like as a young man, like you want girls and shit, like you want to see what's poppin', but it wasn't never that deep to me. But just because of the other, I'm gonna be real, and you can say what you want. Be ignorant.
Nah, I'm gonna say you capping.
It was a big deal to me.
You capping, but go ahead.
I was definitely tired of jacking off.
I understand your wife is right. I understand your wife in the room. You capping, but go ahead.
That thirsty, my nigga. Like I just wait. Like yeah, granted, yeah, I wanted some. Like I wanted to lose my virginity and shit. And when I did, I was like, damn, man, that was dope as hell. I wanted that shit, but I felt like it was more so like a status thing between the fellas and shit. Like niggas like, oh, how much ass you getting? How much ass you getting? You see what I'm saying? So you trying to hype yourself up, like, man, I get this much ass, this much ass. So if I'm being honest with myself, it was more so a competitive thing than anything. Because I'm gonna be real, I ain't like none of them girls like that. Like
That's real.
That's basically what I'm gonna say. But
I didn't know half of their last names. If we being honest, that's just
you was getting it. Hey,
I was
good.
like that.
My boy was out there,
like, and I'm pretty sure y'all niggas will relate. But
no, I don't.
Bad. Yes, you can.
I know everybody's last name. What's wrong with you?
Whatever.
That was
I'm
a requirement,
man. I'm just saying, like, it wasn't that. It was just kind of like more of a like status thing. Like, okay, shit, who can dribble the best and who can get the most ass? Like, that was the same shit to me. Like, so it was kind of like, okay, cool. But once I got past college and shit like that, it was more so like I started dwindling down into like, okay, now I know I can get ass. I at least look halfway decent to do it. Now let's try to find out what type of personality them girls got and shit. And I feel like I learned that shit late. So I feel like we put too much emphasis on that shit because it kind of warp your brain and what sexual relationships mean for real.
You think after college was too late? Like you talking about like in your early 20s?
Yeah, like 24-ish.
Oh, okay.
To me, that's kind of too late to be valuing sexual relationships as much as you should. I feel like and then I kind of relate that to like a thing to where like what I want my son to be acting kind of how I was acting. And I don't really want that shit. Cause that shit was whack, bro. And then I ain't gonna lie, like that shit, I didn't handle it very well early either. Like
nobody does, honestly.
Right. You in love and shit. You just in love with the coochie. And he's like, no, I know what love is. You cousin out the
Oh no, I wasn't saying I love him.
I can say I feel you on that.
Crazy had that fire.
Hughley, I felt that, brother. I was my email was _Loverboy. I felt that.
Exactly.
Certified lover boy.
I ain't the only one listening to Drake songs. But anyway. Nigga.
Didn't call myself lover boy. Definitely didn't call myself lover boy.
Brother, I just thought this was an open space where we could be honest. That's it. That's it.
safe environment. Y'all.
Hey,
oh man.
But yeah,
let's dry it
that's
up
how
a
I
little
feel.
bit.
That's me.
We're gonna pass it to Kelvin.
Yeah.
I knew that was coming, man. All right, now my brothers.
We don't want to hear that,
Sharif. Come on now, Talcum X.
No, Sharif.
Again, I feel like I lost what the question was. You know,
Do men place too much emphasis on getting ass?
thank you.
Right.
All right, yeah, I really am gonna try it up for y'all. Y'all gonna think I'm faking.
All right, let's hear it though.
I know the real you. I will call Cap.
That's why we always laugh.
Zay.
Yeah, y'all gonna think I'm capping, but no. But I think back in the day when we were younger, and maybe I don't know, maybe before that or something like that too. That was a big thing, like MOB and William Buddies. You know what I'm saying? Like it was all stuff like that. And I mean that still goes on a lot now. I guess the younger motherfuckers out here, but I don't think maybe it's me being grown. I don't think that's the case so much anymore. Like, everybody seem happy out here, with their one and only. But
yeah, definitely. You talk about the younger people.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
But I mean that's still out there.
I ain't gonna lie, yeah, I will agree to that. I do think a lot of it's like younger kids are a lot more okay with being in relationships. Like when we was kids, like hell no.
Hey, maybe y'all got different younger people because I've seen those. I don't know if y'all.
I know it still exists.
But
I know it still exists, but I'm talking about.
It's probably better. It's better now.
We had them in
hell yeah, like that Drake mentality that always being that's a thing now with younger dudes. I'll be like, dang.
I'm not lying. If anything, I've seen more people okay with being side chicks. I've seen people more okay with being side chicks and just
entanglements.
It's orgies. Yeah, entanglements is a thing now. I don't.
Yeah. So I mean, I think that still exists, but
I'm about to say I just see more of it. Do I say it don't exist? No, it exists. Of course, it exists, but I'm not gonna say I see less of it than when we were. If anything, I see more because they're okay with it, knowing that hey, we don't need a title to be okay. Like there's more people okay with not having a title.
That's out there. I'm not denying that. I definitely believe that's out there. But
I think marriage might not be as big of a thing to people, but
hey, that's a big thing. It's crazy how many people they was like, nah, as long as we I know, I'm comfortable with us. I'm like, I've never heard that. This is like, hey, you got 2 years. It's a time limit. If you ain't doing this, then that's crazy now.
Yeah,
that pressure.
Yeah, that shit crazy.
But go ahead, DJ, brother. Do you think? Brother DJ, man, put too much emphasis on that.
I think you know what I'm saying. As a kid, like you definitely did, like especially like when you got that first whiff. You know what I'm saying? Like I can tell you a story where I walked some distance.
Brother, don't tell that story.
I'm talking about yeah. I'm talking about not and to tell you what I had on, I definitely was tweaking. I had an all black. It was probably like 90. It was a summer day, so it was 90 summer day, and at this point I was living in Indianapolis. So it was a summer day in Indianapolis. So it's like 90 plus degrees or whatever. I'm walking to, go, do my thing, and bro, I didn't know it was that far until I really. Because this was before you had the GPS and stuff on your phone and all that stuff. So I just knew, bro, it was this where I was at, and this is where this person was at. And bro, I got the truck in there. I'm talking about I probably walked about a cool 5-6 miles in a 90-degree weather in an all-black jabot fit. I'm talking about
jabot.
all black. all black jabot fit. You know what I'm saying? So definitely put too much emphasis on it.
And then I feel like it wasn't even no guarantee neither.
It wasn't. It wasn't.
That's how I feel.
And I'm sure it was.
I mean, if it wasn't the first time, it wasn't no guarantee. After that one, I mean, it was pretty much. I mean, shit, they was about as horny as we was.
Yeah, but I mean, in high school, it wasn't like, if you wasn't, unless you was in like a relationship with a girl and all that stuff, like I don't think it was ever just guaranteed. Like even if they was on that, like, you know what I'm saying that you get there and it be obstacles, brothers, you know, uncle, mama, dad pulled up, you know what I'm saying? So you still gotta jump through hoops, playing conversation, jumping out a window, bro. I mean, just imagine all the stuff you done did. If you ain't never hid in a bed, I mean, under a bed, jumped out a window, you know what I'm saying, hid in somebody's bushes, somebody daddy or mama was about to beat your ass. Like if you ain't been through all that, then you probably don't understand this. But I'm pretty sure all of us done had at least one story where we was hiding. And if you say that ain't putting too much emphasis on getting the ass, you tweaking. You know what I'm saying? So because so I think then, but like as you get older, I ain't saying you ain't pressed, but I think people tend to put like doing that over even like monetary stuff that actually get them like money and stuff or get them in the right position. Like that's where I say people sometimes do that. I'm not everybody. It's some people that's like for me, like once I got to the point where I was like 18 and like I knew how to make money, I wasn't pursuing nothing serious or even like entertaining a whole lot of conversation if I was broke, because I just always felt like, you know, whack if I'm gonna be around it. Dang, we can't even go get nothing to eat. You know what I'm saying? So but it's people, right? But it's a lot of people that, I mean, they'll be a hobo and still, you know what I mean, still trying to, you know what I mean, do their thing. And I don't know. I see that a lot. So I think people do at times, but I think as you get older, you start to realize like, all right, maybe I need to relax and get my shit together before I be just, you know what I'm saying, circulating around here. But I mean, soul ties and all that stuff TJ was talking about. I mean, I think
I'm saying like what,
brother, I sing you the song.
I got what you're saying. I got what you're saying though.
That's a real thing.
I do believe in energy and all that stuff, but I think when I think of like, you know, that type of stuff, I just think for if you kicking it with somebody, like you giving a lot of attention and time and stuff like that if you ain't got your shit together. So that type of tie, I ain't really got time. I don't got time to be giving them type of ties if my shit ain't together. But like, I mean, going to get some ass, I don't know if I was like, I walked out of there and was like, oh man, she just drained my soul. I don't think I'm gonna come back here no more. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
She drained something. Nah, but look though.
Oh God. And it might have been your soul, but it wasn't like where you like, man, I ain't coming back here no more. You probably like, hey shit, what you doing tomorrow? You gonna be over here tomorrow? You know what I'm saying?
I will say I didn't care about your energy. You can tell you can have fun a bit. You can be a messed up person. I think
the older you get, and when you actually like, you know, in tune with yourself, and you just know, I'm telling you, bro. And that's when I like for real slowed down, because I had broke up with my ex.
Look at those.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry about the drop.
So I'm gonna go ahead and talk. Give my opinion.
I was sleeping around a lot, and I had, I thought it was gonna help me through the breakup, which it didn't clearly. But when I'm telling you, when I had sex with this chick, bro, and like no bullshit stuff. Can we cuss? No bullshit.
Yeah. Like I'm about to say cuss.
No bullshit. I'm just gonna edit it. 3 days. 3 days for like the next 3 days, dog. My energy was like threw off, and then she like, you gonna come through? I'm like, nah. I'm sweet.
He probably gave you an STD.
Gonorrhea.
Talking about soul ties. Boy, that's gonorrhea. That girl clapped you up.
Did you have a fever?
Talk about my energy. I was like, nah, nigga, your stomach hurting because you burned.
Right.
I don't want to do this podcast.
Right, man. That girl had a UTI when you was in there.
Nah, this nigga is hilarious.
My soul ties.
You know damn well, you know how that shit be.
You need Rocephin, bro. It's called Rocephin. Go get that shot.
Hey,
that shot in the ass.
Hey, let me realize.
Man, I'm a medic. I'll let you know.
All right.
I ain't
For
giving
me,
you no shot though.
do I think men
All
place
right,
too
man.
much emphasis on getting ass? Yes.
It is a good topic.
We like to say younger, but I still think it's today too. Just because, I mean, women are so empowered. You never hear a man saying, "Hey, I'm gonna make a girl wait 90 days." So it's just something that you don't do, just because you would think that's weird.
Yeah.
But if you value yourself, you would say, "Hey, if you didn't care about it, you would do that." But why should women be the first people to say that? But younger, of course, I think everybody, because like you said, it was a status thing. For me, being down south in a small town, like that's all you had to do. Hence, me having a kid at 15. But do I think I would have had that kid at 15 if we didn't put so much emphasis? Yeah, because at the end of the day, I'm not gonna lie. Like I got introduced to sex like at 9, as far as watching the HBO movies, my cousins, older cousins.
BET Uncut.
Yeah, so it was that. It made it feel like if you wasn't doing that, my cousins like made me feel like I was a homosexual in a sense, like made me feel like something was wrong with me. And then from my family history, I can say the males in my family have been known to get active. And with me wanting to be lover boy, that didn't go over too well in my house. With my dad, my brother, they made me seem like, I ain't gonna lie, they made me feel like I was weird to a sense. Like, it was like, you want to try to be with one girl? Well, what's wrong with you? And I'm not gonna lie, and Mississippi is very small. So I like to say like, ooh, I always had this confidence that I was handsome. Nah, because a couple girls like me, yeah. And I settled down, boom. It wasn't till I went to tech school and then was like, other people, like multiple people was like, hey, he's handsome. It was like, oh shit, I got something here. And so that's kind of where I had my wilding out period. I like to say I had my wilding out period in college or that. No, it was tech school because it was like, oh shit, like people, like I'm meeting different people from different areas and like I'm going crazy. And like now, like it made me realize like, I wouldn't even say tech school. It was like, if I could go back to 15 before I had the kid. And of course, like I said, I love my daughter, and would I change anything? No. But do I think it would have been different if I didn't put much emphasis and focused on school, college, things like that? Yeah. And today, like I still see like men putting too much focus on it because like I've seen people like still not be like, I think not being faithful is a big thing. And so I think it's because like for me, I can speak just seeing it and talking with people in my family from seeing it that when they were unfaithful, it had nothing to do with their status in that current relationship or that woman wasn't doing anything. It was just how they were brought up. It was you take care of home, and as long as home good, you do what you want. Basically, you do what you want. And so, like just seeing that, and I still see, I can only speak from Mississippi from people I follow, like that's still a thing that no one has told them that it's okay. Like you can change that. You don't have to follow in what we were taught. And so I would say that's my biggest thing. So my answer is yes. Do I think men put too much emphasis on getting ass? Yes, as younger, but I still think we put too much emphasis now. But
you talking about drawing shit up? You just dried it up.
And that was the crazy.
Get your life together.
Hey, I was gonna say the crazy thing is, I was gonna say
when you is on your knuckles though, you do be like, nigga, I don't even deserve no vagina.
Boy, no, that's why I don't be understanding how people. I be like, bro, I feel so worthless. I'm like,
you be like, you.
Why would she want?
Don't look at me.
Let me get my bread.
It'd be crazy though, because when you not really, when you not really own it, it's crazy because when you not really like own your shit like that, or like when you get in a relationship, it seems like that's when they really come flocking. Like you start like dog, what the fuck? But then you know what I'm saying?
Here, bro.
Yeah.
Where was you at
What you
2
saying
weeks
that?
ago?
Hold on. Let
Where
me say
your
something
ass
with
is
that.
at?
Let me say something with that though, because when I had got married, I swear that's when I got the most in my life, bro.
Most what?
I know that sound.
Hey,
I know that
look,
sound.
what you get?
That's when I got that's when I got the most vagina. I got the most vagina when I
Don't incriminate yourself.
Right,
It's
look,
too late.
like, what are you
It's
doing?
done.
That's why he's not married anymore. So.
Thank you. I can admit
Never
my
mind.
faults. You
My
know what I'm
bad.
saying? I can admit my faults. But no, bro, and that's crazy. I never understood that. Like anytime like I'm ready to just chill and be with one girl, that's when all of them just come flocking.
So
I'm
you
like,
basically
bro,
saying women ain't shit. That's what I've been saying.
No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what
Oh,
I'm
my
saying.
bad. We missed
That's
it.
not what I'm saying.
Yeah, when you in a
Okay.
relationship, it
My
is
bad.
something about they just love you. I don't know. It'd be weird, bro.
Yeah.
The single side too, though.
Yeah.
I was about to say, cause man, I swear, bro, y'all need to see my inbox.
Hey, look at him flexing.
This
For no
man,
reason.
TJ,
Hey, for
man.
no reason.
Can y'all please go to the man page and like the man pictures?
Right.
Well, my various women.
So I can stop catfishing out here.
Right, man.
Oh, wow.
We came here for catfish, Chef TJ, not you catfishing the hoes. God damn, man. Post the damn food.
All right, anybody
I'll
got
talk
anything else to add? Hey, I ain't gonna lie, that's been my favorite topic.
Yeah, that was a
this
good
funny.
topic, dog. We got
Bro,
another one.
that's crazy. That is way better than I thought it was gonna be every time.
Yeah.
Hey, hold on. I
Yeah,
think your face
man.
gone, bro. Your
No,
face
no,
gone.
it is. I'm fixing it. I got you.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna
okay.
keep
I'm
it
like,
pushing.
Yeah, man.
DJ, hey, please
Okay.
introduce us to this young entrepreneur, man.
Man, so I came across this story, bro. I don't know if y'all heard it, but so the little boy, 11-year-old little boy, made over $1,000 selling N-word passes to his white classmates. So little slight quick backstory on it. So the boy, how the story came about. So the little boy, he got a 16-year-old sister. She basically snitched on him. But they're two.
Women ain't shit.
Right. Black boy and black girl. They were adopted though by a white family.
Oh,
So that's the extra layer to this. So the daughter, how they found out was the daughter pulled after dinner. The daughter pulled the mom and dad to the side and like told them what was going on. And then come to find out, he's been selling passes to his classmates for them to say the N-word, for him to say the N-word around here. So. What's y'all thoughts on that? Like, let's start with
his brother is a genius.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Because they said it regardless. The fact that you can monetize it,
Right. Pioneer.
brother's gonna be a millionaire. I don't care what you say.
Yeah, oh, definitely, 110%, 110%. I mean, I
'cause
wouldn't
I
do
ain't-
it because
If he was in Mississippi when I was growing up, he would already be a
He'd have been
millionaire.
rich.
Right.
He'd be rich.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I mean,
That
my
story
thing-
funny as hell though.
Yeah, that's so funny, man. My thing is, dude, he ain't say he had to like it. He just want the paper off of it. Like, and it's kind of what niggas say. They gonna say it anyway. So
Yeah.
why not get paid all that? I mean, how old was he?
11.
11.
That's crazy. I didn't
Okay.
have that
That's
foresight at 11.
perfect. That's fine.
I did not at all.
And it shows
Hey.
if you really was a genius, you
Look
need
at-
to charge
Look
them
at
all,
Kelvin.
and then snitch on them and be like, "How dare you say that?" Kelvin itching right now.
Hey,
Like,
he's burning
you
up
got
inside.
Yo, let Kelvin.
This
got-
brother
let Kelvin
has
speak.
set us
Let
back
him talk.
300 years.
What you got, Kelvin? What you think, Kelvin?
But y'all
Okay.
wouldn't like that?
Huh?
Yeah, I don't think you
Y'all
would.
don't think I wouldn't like
I'm
it?
gonna be honest, brother.
You
I
know
don't
you
think
This
you
young
would.
entrepreneur capitalizing, he turning white dollars into black dollars.
Okay.
Who can be mad at this?
Man. Well, I guess I'll be the one person then.
Look at you.
It's funny. Don't get me wrong. The shit funny. Oh, my bad. What you got, bro?
Oh, I was gonna say, well, first thing first, I respect the young man hustle. Hustle is impeccable. But do not agree with that. That's just, I mean, of course, yes, they say it anyways, but it's just like the fact that you're just giving them permission. Like, no, I can't get jiggy with this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, not at all. But go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I think I mean, like I said, it's funny. That shit funny as hell, to be honest. And this shit is it's genius. It's like, you know, evil genius fun, crazy too. But like in reality though, I mean, what that tells me is this: like he a little boy that go to a school that's probably predominantly white, especially that he was adopted by a white family. So so what is these kids like? My first thought, it was funny at first, but then my second thought was like, where the hell, like, how did I even get to this? So it made me think, all right, it gave me scenario. So how I think the scenario went, he was probably in class, and then one of his friends either said it, or slipped up and said it, or was probably about to say it and then looked over to him and was like, are you gonna be offended if I say this? And then he was like, you give me this, you can say it. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and then all of the kids who was like either probably thinking it, wanting to say it, or hear it all the time around their parents or other friends, or even rap music, was like, oh, and start, you know what I'm saying? Because this, and the crazy part, I ain't tell y'all this part, he was charging some of them $20 and $30 to say this shit. So
you should have charged more.
Hustle, man.
That's love.
It's low key like a punishment. Like,
I just think that it eventually opened Pandora's box, because then if one of them kids throw the ER behind it in a derogatory way, then what? You gave him the pass to say it though.
I gave you the pass for the A, but and the ER, that's extra letters.
Thank you. That's what I'm about to say. Yeah,
no, we beating your ass.
I got you the pass.
Nah, because you gave him the pass to say.
He said he gave him the pass to say it around him. Now, if somebody else beat his ass, that ain't got nothing to do with my business model.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I fuck with
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, don't get me wrong. It was funny as hell. And I'm like, shit, get your bread. But
go ahead.
I was like, I just didn't. I was like, that should just make it even more, you know.
It's a slippery slope.
Yeah, it's just a slippery slope, but it's funny as hell at the same time. But what you got, Josh?
No, I guess it was gonna go into your next question, so I guess I'll save it, because my thing was just gonna be to ask is everybody here, like, would you say your school was predominantly white or predominantly black?
I had a culture shock going to the Air Force. That was the most white people have been around in my whole life.
Okay, so yours was predominantly black.
Yeah.
Pretty much the same for me, except once I moved to Indiana, so basically like almost high school years. That's when but even then I went to a predominantly black school. It was just like me and TJ, you know, y'all know, but I mean y'all know me and him grew up together, went to the same school. So it was all black. Yeah, it was all black. Like you was no white. Yeah, it was the only I had a white teacher one time. But
Lombard, right?
No, I had Miss Yukis. But anyway, and then when I moved in, right, for sure. But when I went to Indiana, that was the first time I had like, you know, a couple white classmates. And then I got to high school, and then it was like, okay, a decent amount, but it still was a few of them, you know what I mean? And then the military is when I was actually in an area where it was predominantly white, and I really, really felt like a minority all the time. So yeah.
Well, for me, I went to school in the suburbs, but I've been around white people my whole life because, like the young man, my mother, she was adopted by white people. So, and then I went to school in the suburbs. So it was a lot of us, but it was like a lot of them too. That's pretty much. My schools were very diverse. And then I went to school in Texas too. So it was a lot of Mexicans also. And so like, it was very diverse. Pretty much. Yeah, see,
Mexicans, like in school, I didn't have Mexicans, like it was Hispanic in general around me until I went to the military. I mean, I had a few, you know, Mexican friends here and there, but not enough to even know how they are.
Right.
Kelvin?
My school always was predominantly Caucasian, but there were a lot of, there were enough of us. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Pretty
Why is that?
Funky
Why do you say like it was predominantly like because y'all have money or like what, just the area you stayed or what?
What you mean? What was the question?
We're from Texas.
Why was it predominantly white? I was just curious.
It's just
Why was it predominantly?
Yeah, I'm about to say because mine was predominantly white because I'm from Mississippi. So unlike Kelvin, it wasn't a lot of us. So that's why I was gonna say like I guess I relate more to the young dude, but I don't know if so because I guess it leads to our next topic with the friends thing. So I'll just save mine to then. So go ahead.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, but I mean to answer, I guess Kelvin's question for his probably was all predominantly white because they 64% of the population, but in America, yeah. But no. So the next question is because we all have white friends, of course. So would y'all let y'all white friend use the word?
Yeah, man.
In any way?
Nah. Yeah, we have had a friend that used it. I ain't like that. Nah.
Look at this.
You know,
the way I kind of like, because I've had white friends who grew up saying it in front of black people. You know what I'm saying? And it was always cool because they had their card, I guess, like that, and they was like, they'll look and try to see how you react to it.
That's
and
how
I'll be like, look, yeah. And I'm like, look, like, don't call me that at all, first of all. Now, granted, if you saying it, but I ain't give you permission to say it, and you get your butt whooped by somebody else, that's cool. Like, I mean, that because I'm not finna protect you. Because I'm like the type of dude, like, I'll protect my friends type shit. So, like, if you getting your ass whooped, I'll jump in. But in that case, nah. But would I whoop their ass? I'm gonna be honest, nah, I wouldn't whoop their ass, but I don't feel like that's me allowing them to say it. That's just me not wanting to like fight every person that say the N-word. Because in Georgia, you're gonna be fighting a lot of people, bro. Like that's just the way it is. Like it's white people who grew up saying it. So it's like you're not finna fight every single white person that say that. And then they had black friends who allowed it, who probably was banging. So it was like, what you finna do? You finna get upset? If they ain't call you one, I feel like it is what it is. And that's just the way I grew up. So I don't know. I wouldn't allow them to say it to me though. That's
yeah. I feel this. I feel like that with not just white people, but just anybody that's not black. Like even out here, like you know what I'm saying. Like the Hispanic people be like, you mind if I say it? Like, yeah, I do mind.
Yes, I mind.
Like, well, watch your mouth, man. Watch your mouth, because I don't say, how y'all say. They say other stuff, and you know what I'm saying, that's equivalent to that, and I don't say that. I just don't. Out of respect of, you know what I'm saying, to y'all. So nah. Yeah. Watch your mouth.
Yeah. What about you, Calhoun?
I mean, I've never been okay with it. I actually had my first experience with that when I was 6 years old. We was out and some little white boy said this shit to me, and that's when I first experienced it of how major that was, because like my parents, they spazzed, got into it with their parents, all type of stuff, and it's like from then on, I was just it's not okay. You know what I'm saying? And then at the school I went to, and like TJ was saying, like I was never comfortable with like the Hispanics saying it. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, this is our word. You can't say this. And even at my school, like we used to like have black versus Mexican fights. You know what I'm saying? Like real is. And it was never, And it was just like I don't know. It's just not okay, bro. Like that's just. And we took our word back from them. You know what I'm saying? That's our word. That is. Can't nobody else say that but us. And that's just how I strictly feel on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't really like the word at all.
I want to tone down on saying it myself, but it's just such a habit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, which is what I was about to get to. I don't, and TJ, don't jump back like that, because you already know. Anybody that know me, don't even play, dog. Don't play.
This is for both of us though. When we're in professional settings and stuff, we don't use it or nothing like that, and we don't use it around. If it's
Hey, don't speak for me. When you in professional settings, hey, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Don't speak for
but
me.
if it's just me and him kicking it, like we say it, but it's not every word,
Yeah.
No, I've over the years, and I don't care what you say. Over the years, I've toned back on that word because I don't say it like you said. I don't say it around white people because one, I'm not the N-word police. So I'm not here to every time somebody say it, I'm about to kick your ass. Now,
Right.
Because especially now, like when I'm out in public, like, you know what I'm saying, I just don't got time for all that. Half of the time I'm either got headphones in or I'm just, thinking about a lot of stuff. So I ain't even like paying attention to what people say. That being said, like if you having a direct conversation with me, I'm like, no, don't do that. And even our friend that y'all referring to, like I was the one friend, like, bro, relax. You know what I'm saying? Chill. You know what I mean? But at the same time, he never said it. He never said it to us. Like it was like when the one time, I only heard him say it like one time though. Yeah. And it was when he was going off on a friend or about something that they did. And that person was also white. So I never I never took offense to it, but I also was like, bro, don't do that. Like, chill. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I know it wasn't meant in a as a slur necessarily from him. Right. But at the same time, I just wasn't really going for it. That's just my personal feeling. And I mean, I do think as I get older, I think we should probably just let that word go in general, just because it's gonna always be a fight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not saying that we need to even like, bro, there's so many other words, but at the same time, like I'm not about to allow nobody to tell us what we can and can't say in that regard, because like any of those other derogatory words that those people use towards each other, like we don't jump in and use those words. You know what I'm saying? We don't jump in and use any of y'all words when talking about each other or any of that. So I don't think it's at all their job to police that word. You know what I'm saying? So that's just how I feel about the word. But I'm like, friend wise, I've never had a friend that thought it was okay to have that conversation with me. Especially a white friend that's been okay with having that conversation with me and using that towards me. So that's a no-go for me.
Kelvin?
I don't think it's okay for anyone other than us to use it. I never, and that's white or like anyone other than us to use that. However, my one exception to it is the friend we talking about. It does not bother me when he say it. I ain't really heard him say it in a while. I don't think he really say it like that anymore. But it really don't bother me. Yeah. Anyone else in the world?
How did I miss that?
What? You thought what was home?
Because he said around Thomas more than anybody apparently. Because I never heard. I like the one time I heard him. Yeah. And like that, he never meant it and like that, but you just can't. Well, no, so don't. You just can't. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. To make it clear, like that's clear. Not. Yeah, it was. He wasn't no racist stuff. He definitely. Yeah.
No, at all. Yeah. At all. He definitely kind of like when you put.
Yeah,
but you can't. But you cannot. The biggest thing is you cannot, like, you got to be careful when you giving people passes to say it, because what gives that person the pass outside of the fact that you just think that you're the police of that word. You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of like when you kid and your parents give you permission to cuss one time, like that Kevin Hart thing. You go crazy with it.
You're like, you stupid ass bitch.
Right.
No nipples.
Like that's how a lot of white people live. Like that's why you can't. It's a slippery slope, because you just gonna go crazy and you gonna just sing like gold all of my chain, and you can just start going crazy.
That's the thing with it. Looking around. For my one friend that I don't mind him saying it, I think he understands the rules that come along with it. Who to say it around and who not to. Me and everyone else not to. And if he were to violate that rules, he knows that that's on him. Like he gonna take the whatever it comes along.
He gonna take that L.
So you gonna,
so
but if you're around and that happening, you gonna hop in there with him?
Yeah. That's my dude.
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up, bro.
I mean, to each his own, bro. Like, yeah.
And then one more thing is, as far as us saying it, I'm, even me getting older, I don't have a problem with us saying it. Like, we can say what we want. They called us that word forever. If we want to say it how we want to say it, I don't got a problem. I got a 10-year-old daughter. If she want to say it, I ain't tripping. Now, with that being said,
my God.
Oh. Yeah. And that's where I have to disagree with you. But yeah, I feel you.
That's you. That's fine.
I'm about to say, damn, she did.
But yeah, it kind of threw me off a little bit.
No, you threw us
out. And there's
Yeah.
one thing, kind of what you said, Brex. I mean, we don't say it around, in professional situations or around white people, for example.
I think I said that though.
You. But I mean,
I said
Look at him.
I'm careful.
let bro finish, man.
Let that man talk.
Yeah, I'm careful. I wouldn't say it just around anybody. I'm saying it to y'all, people I trust on that kind of level.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
go ahead, draw it up real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably gonna agree with you for most of the part, but my thing is, so do y'all feel mixed people can say it? As long as they're mixed with black. Do y'all feel mixed people can say it?
Yes.
Black.
Yeah. 1/8. The Constitution say that.
Okay. DJ.
I said I'm not the police of the word, but but
if you black, you black.
Yeah, but it just depends. Like, yeah, but I ain't gonna lie to you. It's someone.
I know
that act like they're that.
You look white and you say it, and you know you black, but up to everybody else, you look white and you get your ass whooped. That's on you, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what you got going on.
But that's my thing, though. Why should it be on you just because other people look at perception? Because perception is the biggest thing.
That's where it comes from, though. Like the backlash you get from the word comes from perception. You know what I'm saying? You unrealistically, you're not gonna walk around with your birth certificate like, yo, look, or your DNA is like, who's gonna know?
Your ancestry.
It's gonna go off a look.
What about Logic or Mariah Carey saying it?
I ain't gonna lie, for the longest, I was like, man, Logic can't say that, man. But if you listen to it, for the longest, that's why I said for the longest. But then I found out, I was like, all right, cool. But it go off of looks, man. But if you think about it,
which is kind of crazy though when you say that. Though.
Have you ever heard Logic say it in a song?
Yes.
You had heard Logic say
Pretty sure he has.
I thought he actually didn't though. I thought he didn't. He said
do he say it as much as everybody else though?
He don't say it as much as everybody else, but I've heard him say it.
I'm pretty sure
okay.
Go to that Under Pressure album. Speaking of that album, that is a fucking classic. Under Pressure.
That album fire,
bro.
Well,
I ain't gonna lie.
I might stand corrected on that, but I feel like he know, and it's kind of like he know how he look and what backlash he might get. But now that he's famous, it is what it is. But if he was walking around here regular Logic, I'm pretty sure it's been a situation where he like, oh dang, I probably shouldn't stay here because they find out that I'm black. You see what I'm saying? Because he don't.
But but that's why I don't like that whole idea though, because it's like, what kind of conversation is that to be had? Like, oh, my dad's black, you know. So that's why I'm just like,
oh, you good.
If you was to have that, I would just be more on like it's certain, because it's certain people. I think we all know where, they might be mixed, and I don't care what tone of black they are. But when they around you and or white people, they don't associate with black people, and they make that known. So my thing is that's why I have an issue with like the way the N-word is used in general, because a lot of times people only use that shit for they own when it's beneficial to them. So like even if you talking about your white friend who's saying it and you let them say it, it's like, yeah, he gonna say it because it's beneficial to him. But like when it comes to like Black Matters and stuff like that, like, and he quiet as hell. Like, bro, like it's like that biting off the culture type thing. That's why, like, that part of the culture, I like, we low key could do without that word in general, but because that whole taking the power back from it, I feel like it's like low key a cheesy like idea anyway. We took it back and we, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I mean, let that shit go in general. Like, I mean, but don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, I've said it. I say it, you know, from time to time, but I'm trying to not say it as much because I don't even like the thought of it, the way people that somebody think that's, you can have that argument with me. Like, oh, you say it all the time, bro. Don't, I don't say it to you or around you. You know what I'm saying? So no, don't call me that. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not your nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna call you mine, and that's just how it is. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I just like, I ain't the N-word police. But
I feel what you just said. That was some good thing. Like you saying that, like if you're not gonna say it, if it's weird for like a logic to say it, you see what I'm saying? Because I think if it's cool for me to say it because I'm brown and not as cool because he's mad light skinned, that's putting us in a boat of being monolithic.
It's like, yeah, it's like it's a form of colorism.
Yeah, and that ain't cool. That's going back to the whole thing. So I mean, I disagree with you, but I respect the way that you're working with it.
Same. Yeah. So for me, I feel it's completely different going from Mississippi, where when I say predominantly white, I mean the most black people we graduated was 13. So have I ever gave somebody a pass to say it? No, I don't think I had to talk and say, bro, it's cool if you say it around me. No, but I have had white friends that I think have said it when I was younger. But with those same white friends, I know will go to war with me. It hasn't been where they wouldn't have not. Like, I felt they've been more blacker than some people at times. So it's different for me to say that, you know, not to say this or to say this. And have I policed myself? No, I would even say I haven't policed myself at all, just because I feel like I should be able to say whatever I want to. So, like, I get it that if we don't want them to say it, we shouldn't say it. Like, that's understood. Like, I understand from one point of view. But I also know that I still should be able to say it around whoever, and they should still have the understanding that they can't say it. So, like I said, it's just different for me. And like, I think on this one, I relate more to just Kelvin, just because even with that friend, like, I think we put too much emphasis on like blocking the people that are fighting, standing next to us, than the people that just say it just to say it. If anything, I'm not saying give people a pass or do this, but I also think that some people are born in the wrong skin, to a sense. If we're talking about energy and things, like, I think more people are with us in fault and try to be more black than probably should give them. So I don't know. I guess that's just my point on it.
Yeah, I feel you. I don't necessarily know if anybody is more black or less black or any of that, but I get where you at with it. Yeah.
So
I disagree with y'all, but yeah.
That's fine.
Hey,
that's
you
fine.
taught me better than anybody, brother. I agree to disagree. Now I can say that. I say that so proudly now. It makes people so mad. Hey, I agree to disagree, brother. All right, so
what's next?
Oh, you already know my favorite topic. Right before we get into Calhoun, what you want, brother? God dang, what?
I got
a caveat.
Nah,
You gotta go.
I want, yeah. But let me talk about, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, you want to talk about you losing that dance battle? Go ahead, brother.
Bro, first of all.
Hey, real quick, if you listen to last week's episode, the individual about to speak now is the same one who lost the dance battle. As Perfect Essence, that DJ said, got a rug cut on his ass.
Yeah, and let's lay out the situation for you. Take up for yourself. So this is what happened. So we were in the club, one of those. Yeah, it's like years like 2015 or no 14, 13,
13,
yeah, somewhere around there.
13, 14.
Yeah. So we're in the club and Calhoun and Kelvin also were the South Dallas swag dancer type guys because they're both from, in the Dallas area. So we in the club, and this is San Antonio, Texas, and Calhoun and Kelvin are usually, doing a South Dallas swag or whatever in the club or whatever. But this particular time, Calhoun's out there on the dance floor, and some random dude comes up, and we in the middle of the dance floor at that. Some random dude comes up and just start fucking Calhoun up on this dance floor. We then prompted Calhoun to get him back because he served him. It was like a you got served scene. And Calhoun then began to retreat. So Calhoun, please explain to us why that happened.
First of all, I didn't retreat on the first approach. So I did my little rebuttal because he did his little thing first. So I did my rebuttal. And then bro does his rebuttal, but he started doing other ish. Like, bro, you can't tell me dude was damn near about to break dance. I don't do that.
No, it wasn't no damn near about to. He did.
He did.
Yeah, he was
brother, but that's part of it. That's going to he went to all the lengths possible to make sure you wasn't gonna win.
But that don't count. It's a boogie. It's a Dallas boogie battle. So therefore, you have to.
I don't think he got that memo.
I don't remember it like that.
Right? Trying to hear none of that shit.
I don't remember it like that though.
You need
that's
y'all
exactly what happened.
Now that brother got older, he's had time to formulate his ideas.
I remember us being by the bar.
And at the same time, I was very intoxicated too.
I'm sure the dude who was dancing was intoxicated too.
Brother, if anything, he was.
He had X's on his hands. He wasn't even intoxicated, fam.
How you remember all that?
Hey, you see, I told you, brother that got older, you didn't have time to think. You didn't have time to think about this rebuttal.
And I have a sober mind.
Cause the thing is, Calhoun was really like most people, doing their little two-step, whatever, to the dance. So Calhoun, is like apparently one of the originators of the South Dallas swag or whatever. So
with the mirror,
I'm not the originator of the South Dallas swag, but the Dallas boogie, as far as like when the Dougie started, in 2008, 2000.
I ain't here to fight you.
2008. We was on YouTube. We was viral before going viral was a thing. You know what I'm saying?
And if that shit would have got caught that night, that shit would have went viral too. Cause that man, cause we kept trying to put. You know how you be trying to push your man.
I'm just like, bro,
get him, bro.
I'm not finna,
I don't recall him doing that. I just remember him eating your ass up doing that dance you always doing.
Bro, no. But first of all, Buddy was doing all that breakdancing. Hughley was there. You know what I'm saying?
Brother, you try to look for somebody in your corner. I'm telling you. I don't know why
you like, who's going? You like, man. I'm like, wait, what the fuck?
He wasn't.
Whenever you hear somebody say,
whenever
you hear somebody say, man, he got it. Brother, you bowed out.
And it wasn't like this, it was just us, nigga. It was people like watching this shit. Like in the club,
now we had to wear that the whole time. Everybody like, look at that whole group. They all bad.
I wanted to grab bro by the back of his collar, like, get your ass up out of here.
You realize we couldn't challenge anybody?
Oh, man, I'm like, any chance we have with any chicks tonight is done. He's gone.
No, it wasn't. No.
But
don't say
I will pay homage.
I done came through plenty of nights. As far as with the boogie and when we was out and stuff.
I will pay homage though. Shout out to y'all for bringing Boston up to Texas. I just want to say, hey, I will say, I have never felt more cooler to start doing that and everybody run up like, ooh, what you doing?
Yo, what was that one song that TJ had to listen to every time we went out?
Which one?
Sean Kingston. Sean Kingston. He's the only one that kept his streams alive.
That was my shit.
That song went platinum off of TJ alone.
Right.
I will play the shit out of a song if I like it. Yeah.
Yes, the fuck
That's
you
how I
will.
get the right music, man.
Well, yeah, man.
But y'all got anything else to add? Man, that's
man.
Follow me
Hey,
at
man,
chef
appreciate the Calhoun,
_.
man.
I appreciate you, gentlemen.
give your shout out, bro.
Do a shout out real quick.
Go ahead,
sure.
do that.
My bad.
All right,
I interrupted,
So follow me at chef __ TJ on Instagram, and then chef T.J. on Facebook. Meal preps, dinner for twos, regular catering, private chef, whatever. Look, I do it all. Hit me up.
Yes, sir. San Antonio area.
Bet that.
Shit, I'll fly.
Texas.
You know what I'm saying?
Or yeah, you're right. You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
All right, let's let our guest give his shout out.
One time for the Silver Thing podcast, we will be coming back. Leaving about 2 weeks.
Okay.
And also,
That's what's up.
also, I got True Tax and Accounting Solutions. We're here to prep all taxes. You can hit me up, on Facebook, Gary Calhoun Jr., or you can hit me via telephone 214-364-6723. And
Yes,
I got
sir.
all you need for the taxes.
And I will have that information down in the description as far as the phone number and also Facebook link.
Oh yeah, you put my phone number in there too. It's 210-595-9779.
I bet that number will be added right below for my brother. Anybody got anything else, man? Shout out, plug everybody. Like I said, hashtag we all can be successful in this joint. No?
Yeah,
all right. So
now we good right now.
Shout out everybody again. Thank you guys for tuning in. Subscribe, like, comment. Again, continue to keep giving your feedback. It's greatly appreciated and we strive off of it. Thank y'all. Love.
Yes, sir.
See y'all next week.
Hey, this one was fun.
I was just about to say the same thing, dog.